What's up, family? This is Michael B. Zilla Whitmore. Just coming to you real quick. I was just, looking at all of this Nick Cannon stuff, and got to thinking about a song that we used to sing in Vacation Bible School, considering the time we're in right now. Let me check this up a little bit. So, we used to do a song called Father Abraham. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just praise the Lord. And it would go on to the right arm, left arm, and so on and so forth. But I find it amazing now as adults to say, well, I'm one of Father Abraham's offspring. It is now called anti-Semitic. If you are a son or daughter of Father Abraham, well, then that means you are too Semitic, which actually technically is Shemitic. But, just thinking of these songs that we sang as kids, and this was like a community participation thing for Vacation Bible School because everybody's out of school. Summertime usually happened right around this week, at least at the church that I grew up at. So for those of us who, grew up in the whole church experience, and even with community-involved churches, back in the late 70s, 80s, and even 90s, there was always a Vacation Bible School program. And that was one of the hugest songs we used to sing there. I even sang that song in Sunday school, in a Christian private school to where I first started school at. So, these are things that, these were no secret. However, as we get older, and interests change, and the capitalist nature sets in, or whatever nature that is that sets in, because we know how some of these people's natures are very questionable, to say the least. So just seeing how Nick Cannon's been catching flack. We're not canceling him. To see how Minister Farrakhan's been catching flack. Even if you're not Nation of Islam, as a black person, we will not be dictated to who we listen to or who we will follow. That has nothing to do with anybody else outside of our group. Now, if you could honestly give your advice. Now, for the mediums that you can control, I guess that's fine. But as far as we go, no, you don't dictate to us nothing. That day is over with. So who we listen to, who we follow is just that. The other part that I want to hit is the Hebrew Israelites, or as the media has always referred to as Black Hebrew Israelites, have been around for quite some time, all the way back to, if you remember, Yahweh ben Yahweh. That was exactly what was going on then. The difference is now is with the way information goes out now, that has totally changed. You got to forgive me, I got out the shot, so that's my hair is wet. But with Yahweh ben Yahweh, he was coming in with the whole Hebrew Israelite thing, and there was already a school established. Like the Hebrew Israelite, actually in America, goes all the way back as old as the AME Church. So I would advise anybody, before you try to tackle something and call it something, you might want to investigate what's going on. However, this is how things happen. And I'm glad I just see this message. Jamil Hill is really a piece of work. Black people do not need to go out on any medium condemning another black person for any other group. That is just ridiculous. So Jamil Hill, shame on you. There's a special place in a not so special place for people who up there doing the type of stuff that some of y'all are doing. The Billy Porters, the Terry Bojangles crews, and Lamont Hill and Van Jones, to name a few, and the Missing in Action to Ronna Burke. So just to name a few of these people who are silent when it comes down to defending people who actually fight for our community, but then take their cues from the dominant societal media to go ahead and say, well, yeah, we're going to go ahead and bash this person, make them look like a villain. Well, I'm not feeling that. I don't think you should either. We are the true chosen people, and there's nothing wrong with saying that. It is the truth. I mean, you are the only people who fit certain prophecies, which what the Bible is, So you can't get mad at anybody just for saying what's there. Like we're still carrying the lie over white Jesus. He's not even described in the Bible. But there are repetitive times that black people are mentioned in the Bible, all the way back to Jeremiah. So, miss me with all the BS about how, oh, well, no, it's not about, yeah. No, I think it's like John 7, it's in John's chapter 7, I believe. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, well, that means the description of the man too. Yeah, and the people. So you can't get around that. There's also another part in the Bible, I believe it's in Matthew or Mark. Forgive me for not being able to recite it off the top of my head. But, and this is in red letters, for the people who are crying about being punished for the sins of their fathers. Don't get mad at me. Jesus said it. If you have benefited from the sins of your father, then you too are just as guilty. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. There's nothing anti-Semitic about that because it was actually a Hebrew man who spoke it. So it's time to get out of that listening to people overhype things. Make sure that you are entertaining real solid information. Don't get caught up on the BS out here that is meant to lead you astray and not meant to mean you any good in the first place. Once again, make sure that you seek justice, because if you seek justice, then you're really seeking life. False balance is an abomination to the Lord. So let that sink in. That's a proverb. I'm not getting overly philosophical or biblical on y'all, but I do want y'all to know that like these truths are already showing themselves, and now we actually have the ability to truly judge people based on their character because of what Facebook means. If you're looking into like the etymology of the word face, literally means brain. So when you're Facebooking, you're giving your thoughts and you're putting it out there because, it's unmistakable. Also, your phones record everything that you're doing while you're not even on them. So if you have something that you would like to say, make sure there is no device around you unless you are okay with it being heard by the NSA or the other powers that be. So again, I just wanted to do a quick hit. This is not a long video at all, because actually I'm going to switch over here and get over here to my sister Vicky Dillard's video. She's going live right now. So again, just Michael B. Zilla Whitmore. I fight for the truth, represent the truth. I come in the power and might of the truth. So, that's just how it's going to be. And shout out to everybody else out there doing the work, fighting.